Hi and welcome to my playhouse. And today I just stepped outside. It's not really weather for doing a whole lot of stuff outside, but it's decent weather. So I have a lot of small loose ends that I want to try and get done in this video. Random stuff that that I would normally do, and today I think I'll try and film some of it. It's a lot of smaller stuff that wouldn't really make a video by themselves, but yeah, together they might be interesting. Oh, the sun has just increased, so now I'm getting some solar which is good because the battery bank had went down to I think 20%, which is definitely not good for lead acid batteries. So yeah, those are charging right now. I have had them powering my computer all summer and also the water heater all summer, but suddenly, well, there wasn't coming enough sun in, so I switched the water heater over to be running off of grid power. And then later, just this week, I discovered that the batteries was really low, so I switched my computer over to also run grid power. So right now there's nothing on the solar panels. They are just charging up. They're at 50% now. They were down to 20, which is really bad. So yeah, solar. Actually, I have a solar panel here that we have to tuck away for winter. This is the one that powers my robot lawnmower, which is another little project that needs to be done before it starts to freeze. The robot lawnmower is located over here, and yeah, I need to put it away from winter and maybe take the battery out and put that in the basement. So let's see if we get that done. So also I have a project around the back here. It has been a bit windy, so this garden table has flipped over. I need a new one. That one is bad and broken. The plastic I had secured around the new heat pump has blown off. I'm really pissed about that. Not pissed at that they flew off, but pissed about that I didn't secure it so it wouldn't fly off. So I'm just pissed at myself. I have almost finished the insulation of the pipes here. This gaffer tape, which is not real gaffer tape, it doesn't stick right away, so it has to be reattached sometimes. Yeah, it's not bad, but down here where the new connections to the new heat pump is, these connectors are actually warm. Well, they're not warm right now actually, but the other day they were very warm, and that's not good when we're outside. So I want to insulate those a little bit. So now with the new window here, I can just open the window and have all the tools laying just inside. That makes cleaning up a lot easier. I reached in and took a piece of foam here. This is rather big, so it will fit over the connections or the valves down here. So I'll cut off some smaller pieces and put those over the well, and I'll tape them in there. It's not gonna be great, it's just gonna work for now. So small pieces that will fit here. And I'm just gonna use some clear tape to attach them so they don't fall off. It's not perfect, but it will work. The opening is big enough so that I could take a piece of foam and cut a slice of it and cut it together and put it in there. And it's not perfect, but it's way better than it was. So I've also had trouble with the robot lawnmower here when it started not to be sunshine all the time. I've had the solar panel laying, the other one, the one that I took off, have had that on here, and it has been connected up and working together with this smaller solar panel that is up here on the roof. It's a little 50-watt one, just up, well, and the windmill is also, I don't think it's doing much, but there wasn't enough sun to keep the robot lawnmower charged. So in here is our charging station for that, and I just turn it on. It's this DC to DC converter. The solar panels is about 12 volts, and then it powers this DC to DC converter that ups the voltage to about 32 something volts, and send that out to the robot lawnmower. So I just turned that on. I was planning to just let the lawnmower charge for a little bit. These two batteries are kind of charged now. Okay, probably totally dead. Oh, it's actually not charging, and then it stopped. So let's try and turn it on. Let's try and turn it off and on. Okay, it was actually off. Lift up, okay. Zero that out. It's raining. Oh, it's wet. Ah, then it won't do anything. I have to dry off the connections. Go to charger. Close window, go to charger. Charger. Oh, and I should have cleaned the glass before I did that. There's so much moisture, condensation, that I can't see what it's doing. I think we have to fix that. There, okay, it went to charger, and it says that the battery is 68% full. So I'm gonna charge it a little bit, and then we are gonna put it away. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna put this solar panel away. I don't want it out here during winter and blowing all over the place. I just saw that the back of it was full of stuff, so I think we'll just clean that before we tuck it. I still have the box for it, so we're gonna put it back in the box. Much better. Stay. So here's the box for it, and it still has some styrofoam in there, so nice protection. This solar panel was very nicely supplied by Banggood some years ago. It has been a lot of fun to play with, so I'm just trying to keep it safe so that I can keep doing that. It's a flexible solar panel, which means flexible. It means that it's not bendable, it's flexible. Very important. A lot of people break their solar panels because they think they are bendable. They are not, they are flexible. It means that you can flex them a little bit and they will survive that. On the other hand, they're very difficult to get back into the box. There we are. Good to go another season. So in here in the living room, I have my wood stove burning up here in the living room. Downstairs I have another wood burner also that supplies heat to the central heating of the house, but it's also wood. And I really, well, I'm cheap in this regard. I don't want to burn too much wood, so I much rather go around and insulate the house and make sure that everything is good. And so yeah, I do that a lot, mostly off camera. I have one of these heat sensible cameras to put on my iPhone, so I can see where the coal is coming into the house, and I go around and I fix stuff. And yeah, that's why I've been replacing windows this year, so that to have less heat losses, so that I don't have to burn as much wood, and so that I will save money and save on myself, because somebody has to carry all the wood down into the basement or to the wood stove here in the living room. But the heating, the central heating system is well, it's all over the house, but it's upstairs and I need to go and refill that with some water and make sure that it's topped off. I'm not using the upstairs very much, so I kind of insulate that off. I have some foam here that I've put on top of that. Right now, every time I close the door, it kind of goes away or makes a mess. But well, I try to insulate so that all the heat from downstairs don't end up here while I'm not using it. So yeah. In here I'm having a bathroom made. I'm not doing that myself. I have a contractor, is that a word? Okay, so that is building this toilet. It's taking forever and ever. But doing that, I have also gotten a new window in over here. This is an old door, but well, I did the window installation in here of this new window, which is also improving the heating in the house. And I've been around with the heat sensitive camera and checking out where the cold was coming in and foaming all around and refoaming. This is actually refoaming. I had foamed it once and then I refoamed it because there were still gaps and stuff, so I need to cut that off. Have already done so, but yeah, it's an ongoing process. I'm really happy about this window installation. Even though it might look bad, it actually went rather well. Took a lot of Ryobi batteries, but that's about it. Put in this new bathroom over here. There was 2 radiators, one in front of the window that has been replaced and one over here in front of this window, which is the last window in the entire house that hasn't been replaced since I moved in here, or since I bought the house. When I took those 2 radiators down, I had to lower the amount of water in the system, in the central heating system. And I kind of put those in some buckets. It's some really nasty water that runs around inside of the radiators. So I have been filtering it with a coffee filter and putting it back in jars. Most of it I have already put back into the system. I of course had to take way more water out of the system that actually needed, but I'm refilling the system with this filtered water because I'm sure it's full of all kind of other crap, and why not just reuse that? Now it's at least cleanish. So let's do that. I just found that I have a lot of foam. I think this goes under hardwood floor. That would have been good to just wrap around those valves down there. That's, well, I forget all the crap that I have sitting around. But up here there's a little ladder and that goes up to the roof. Up here, we have been up here. Do you remember that chimney port up there? That was approved by the chimney sweeper. That was awesome. So I did that one, replaced this hatch to put in a double hatch so that the chimney sweeper would be happy, and he was actually happy. It's very rare to make my chimney sweeper happy. He's always unhappy with something about my system. So, but I got that one fixed. This is the water reservoir for the central heating system. I think it's 25 liters or 20 liters or something like that. And there's an overfill. There's an overfill that goes into this 20 liter. So if I fill this up to the rim in cold weather and then goes downstairs and really heats up the wood boiler down there, the water will expand and there will not be room in this. So it will drip over into this. It used to just go outside, but well, I thought that I rather wanted to reuse this water. When I wasn't living here in my playhouse, I was using some chemicals in here to lower the freezing point so that the system wouldn't freeze as easily. It didn't need to be much, but I just needed the water in the system to not freeze at 0 degrees. If they would freeze at like -1 or -2 degrees Celsius, it would be fine. So I did that, and therefore I didn't want those chemicals to go out that way. and I believe those chemicals are still in the water and making them not freeze at 0 degrees, and that is kind of a good thing. So I'm trying to keep as many of them in the system as possible. But now we're gonna top off this. So for example, when I was messing with the pipes for the new heat pump, I lost a little bit of water there, and also, well, this water just kind of disappears. I used to put this somewhere so that it doesn't get lost. Is that just there? I guess so. I have a little funnel here. Let's see how much it takes. It wouldn't surprise me if it took the whole thing. I'm pushing it a little bit so that the air can slip out beneath the funnel. Hope you can see something. Am I? It took the whole thing. I think this is 5 liters. I'm gonna get some more. Okay, here's a little more. This is just plain water. I've had it sitting around up here. Oh dear. I didn't expect it to take that much. Okay, I went downstairs and got another couple of liters. I think I might be up to about 7 liters already. I thought it was almost full. Just wanted to make sure. This is just plain tap water. Even that it took. We're not gonna give it any more of this. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Put this on. This is just so that it doesn't go out that way. This line over to this container is lower, so when it fills up it will go over there before it will go out this way, and there's even another one that will go out, just piss out over there. Oh, don't go down there. So this container is full of dirty water that I took out of the system, and I am of course trying to filter it. It turns out this coffee filter is so full of shit that it just drips, and it usually goes way faster than that. So we're gonna redo that and pick another coffee filter. So we're taking, oh, it's a dead fly as well. So we're gonna take that out. Put this one in and get ourselves a new and improved coffee filter. There. And it should be way more efficient. Way better. It also helps that this container has been sitting for months up here, so all the really nasty stuff is at the bottom. So the top stuff here goes really fast, and as we get to the bottom, it's gonna take forever and ever. So while I'm waiting for the water to go through, I think it's time to go and check if these needs filling up. But I have to go to the basement first and turn off the pump, the solar heating pump. It might be running because the solar comes and goes. I'm also a bit worried about the algae that is growing down here on the solar panels. That doesn't look great. Okay, I just did that. There was nothing missing in that system, so that has not been leaking. Well, I guess that's okay. It doesn't have to leak. I need to find something to kill that fungus down there. I just scraped it with my nails, so there's some stuff laying around on the roof there. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, it's still filtering over here. I wanted you to see this. This is this container had oil for my, well, it's an oil fire heater that I have in the basement. I don't use it much, but I kept the containers that the kerosene, I think it's called, came in, and it's called Corona. So yeah. So another project that I have going on is yeah, insulation. I have this theory that, you know, I can go outside and I can use an hour on making firewood, and that will keep the house warm for about a week, I guess, maybe 2 actually. If I use an hour on insulation inside the house, that will help heat the house for the next 100 years. It's just a theory. I think it's a pretty good theory. So I have up here, I have removed the floorboards for, well, the project is to renew their entire loft up here, and the floorboards underneath has never been insulated. There is just space between these, and that's okay when you heat the whole house. You don't actually need to insulate the inside of the house, but insulating between the floors helps with a lot of other stuff. Right now I'm not using this space up here, so I don't want the heat going up here, which is also why I am blocking off the staircase. Also for sound reduction, if someone was walking around up here, there will be a lot more sound traveling to the downstairs than if when it's not insulated as when it is insulated. So I am even there is these small cracks between the wood here that has been used to make the ceiling of the downstairs. There's probably 1.2 centimeters between each of those, and it's just an air gap. It's not open or anything, but I'm cramping down some insulation. It's like 12 millimeters of insulation that I can get down there, and everything helps. So let's see how we do that. First, I have a big piece of insulation here. This is a bit too thick for what I really want. It comes from that stack over there, and these are 95 millimeters each, and I've cut a slice of that. So I have I don't know, 2 centimeters or something. It's actually more like 4 centimeters at some points. And I take some of that off, and it divides really nicely, and then I put it on top of the crack here. And then I have a piece of a ruler thing here that my contractor has broken of his. So I stuffed that. I used that to stuff the insulation down between the floorboards, like that. And this doesn't have to take long. It takes longer when I have to explain everything, but you know, that's how it goes. And some would say that I'm stuffing it too hard. Some would say that it could take some more. I'm stuffing it best I can. A bit more. There's the next gap is a bit bigger, so we're gonna take a little bit bigger piece. It's too thin up here. I'm gonna borrow that for something else. And then just stuff this down here. You might say that 1.2 centimeters, that's next to nothing. 12 millimeters. Well, if you think of your jacket, that is usually just about that amount of insulation. Winter jacket, that is. So it's like putting a jacket on. I have been able to feel that this helps, that I need to heat the house less when I do this. So I'm doing it whenever I feel like sitting up here for a couple of hours or half an hour, and well, when there's a bit of good new insulation available. I don't like doing this with old insulation, because old insulation, there's a lot of dust in that, so this is not as bad. It takes a little bit to make those thin slices. I'll try the new knife. That wasn't as good. Okay, this kitchen knife was a lot better. Experimenting with a new way to cut it. Having a board on top and pressing it down. It was faster. Okay, I guess that took about an hour. I did from over here and all the way to there. I measured. It's about 1 meter 60, and it's a meter across, so about 1.6 meters of insulation I did by putting it in the cracks. So and in the meanwhile, this has been filling up. So once in a while I've been up filling the funnel up, and now I think I'll go upstairs and try and and put that in, see if we are there. And we're up here again. New and exciting angle, ish. Oh, I was only finger tight. I have a piece of crappy tool laying up here so that I don't have to go fetch tools to do this, which is nice. So yeah, old crappy tools reused for something just to be convenient. Going too fast. Okay, I need more. I'm sure this is not exciting anymore, so I'm just gonna continue this. I did not expect it to be missing that much. I really did not. Let's go outside again. So it has been a couple of hours since we started, or the robot here. You can't see it and I can't show it to you because this is so full of water, but it's at 75% charge now. So it has gone up from 68 to 75, and I checked in the garage and the battery level is now at 12.2 volts. So I'm gonna say that this is good and done, and I'm gonna turn it off and bring it inside somewhere. Oh, it's a bugger to have sitting around inside. Well, I'll have to find somewhere for it. So that was a lot of smaller random bits and bobs that I had not really all planned for. Just thought that, well, I have to get it done, so let's try and do a video of a lot of random stuff that I go around and do a little bit at a time. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.